Dear Prabhuji, on the one hand, you say that I should desire enlightenment and there is nothing I could do in order to achieve it. On the other hand, there are books that indicate that it is important to sincerely desire the truth and to aspire to enlightenment. This seems to be opposite arguments. Could you clarify how to reconcile them?
We go in life and run after money, fame, honor, sex, possessions, whatever. We run after things that we don't have. If I don't have money, I pursue money. And money become a goal. I work for it, I make efforts for it, business, whatever. And always there is time that separates me from the goal. If I want to achieve fame, honor, I have to work for it. And that fame or honor become my goal. And always there is time separate me from the goal, time of efforts, etc. I want to be famous if I am not famous. I want money if I am poor, etc. I always look for something that I miss. And one day we hear about enlightenment. About the egoless situation. And then I say, okay, I want it. I want it. How I can achieve it? And then the dilemma begins, the big dilemma of every spiritual seeker. Because many masters through the history say, do nothing. In Buddhism, Ramana Maharshi say, be silent. Simple be. And then we learn Vedanta, for example, and the Vedantic visions say, you should be a mumukshutva. Somebody who is eager for the truth, for enlightenment, for liberation. We hear the story of usually Ramakrishna Paramahansa used to to say about the disciple who asked the Guru, what I need in order to achieve enlightenment? And the Guru say, only to want it. But how much I have to want it? And the Guru take the disciple to the river, enter to the water, invite the disciple, and when they was in the middle of the water, the Guru said, take the head of the disciple and put it under the water. And after a certain time that the disciple is really cannot be more there, he needs air, oxygen, the Guru allow him take the head and say, you see, what you wanted when you was under the water, you wanted money, fame. Say, no, only breathing, only oxygen. And he say, the day that you will want God like that, with that intensity, you will achieve it. Then the big dilemma for the aspirant is these two different, apparently different attitudes. One say, be, don't do nothing, don't even desire it. Meditate, but without any expectation for enlightenment. Simple, stay where you are. And the others say, you should want it. You should desire liberation. So we have two different directions. The moment I have a goal that can be money, and we say fame, or whatever, can be a profession, can be whatever, we project certain idea about that goal. I am poor, and my goal is to be rich. That is my goal. I project an idea in the future, and I begin to make efforts to achieve that idea. It's a goal attitude. Now, what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is the realization of our reality. Reality knows only one time, that is now. Reality don't know the past. The past was already, and there is not. Time are our nostalgies, and I don't talk so much about the time of the clock. I talk about psychological time. What is time? Time is not reality. In the sense that the psychological time is our nostalgies. What was is dead. Doesn't exist anymore. And time is future. That is still is not. He lives in our imagination, our hope. If you look for reality, the reality of your being, you cannot look for it in the past, in your memories. And of course, you cannot look at it in the future. You should look reality only in the present. What is the factual world, not the world of imaginations. At the moment you hear about enlightenment and you want it, you put it as a goal. You project as an idea that situation. And that movement drives you to the future. to achieve something, to achieve your idea. But then you run after an idea, not about a fact. You run and make efforts after your projection. You make pranayama, hatha yoga, prayers, pujas, whatever you want to do. But you make efforts for something in the future. You project yourself to the future, to the tomorrow. And when you have a goal, you cannot be here. So your goal and your efforts to achieve that goal become the obstacle for enlightenment, a disturbance for your realization. But that doesn't mean that you don't need the intensity of the mumukshutva. In the Judaism, there is a blessing in Masechet, in the Talmud, in Masechet Brachot, Sukkah. They say, Baruch she'ihiyanu v'kimanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Is blessing that we was reached to this time. What means to the now. It's a blessing that usually you do when something happens that you wanted very much, something positive, something good, a source of happiness happens, and you say, like a thankful prayer, thankful blessing, that we arrive to this moment, Lazman Hazeh, this. Thank you that we arrive to this, to the present. And that is exactly the idea. That is exactly the harmonize, how you can harmonize both. Superficially looks like two different attitudes, but they can be harmonized. Could you clarify how to reconcile them? This is the reconciliation. You can reconcile them. This is the way to reconcile them. You have the aspiration for enlightenment, the intensity of that aspiration, but don't allow that intensity to drive you to the future. You have the aspiration for the realization of your reality, but let that intensity of the person who is under the water and have the intensity of the desire for reality to the present, to the deepest of this moment, and not to the goal in the future. There is a goal, but you sit in the goal. You are in the goal. You already are in the goal. You already are everything what you want to be. Whatever you want to realize already is. And enlightenment is only to awake to that reality. And I repeat one more time. Don't create goals out of your imagination. Don't project in the future. Don't do nothing. Drop it. Drop your goals. No expectations, no hopes. But keep the intensity. And direct that intensity, that aspiration to the present, to this moment. Go deep into this moment. look, watch. Watch attentively in this moment. Because when you look, when you project the goal in the future, you miss the now. And the present is the door to eternity. Now is the door to the infinite.